The Guaranteed Irish Business Podcast, sponsored by FBD Insurance, Ireland's largest homegrown insurer. Support. It's what we do.
Guaranteed Irish is a national organisation that supports all businesses based in Ireland that sustain jobs, communities and provenance. It is denoted by the iconic G symbol that has been around for almost 50 years now. The national symbol of trust for businesses and consumers, it identifies products and services that are an altogether better choice for the life of our communities and indeed Ireland. Hi there, I'm Breed O'Connell and joining me today is Derek Doyle, Managing Director of Proud Paints, the company that brings together the latest science and a commitment to giving homeowners the very best paint, all backed by 2 generations of painting experience. You're very welcome to the Guaranteed Irish Business Podcast, Derek.
Thank you so much, Breed. Delighted to be here.
So tell us a little bit about the products and services that Proud Paints offer as opposed to any other paint company.
Well, I suppose what we did was initially we decided about 6 years ago to introduce a new range of problem-solving interior and exterior paints that really had a totally different angle from what was currently the current market offering. So the first product that we brought out was an anti-mold interior decorative paint. So we knew from experience there were issues within social, housing and local authority settings where mould was a major issue for a lot of householders all over the country. So what we did was we kind of used that product to spring ourselves into the market as a USP selling point that differentiated ourselves from what was there, the current offering. So we spent basically the first 2 years building confidence in our products within the marketplace. And we had that high quality performance box ticked ourselves through our independent testing. So we had that confidence ourselves from the start. But you can't beat real life performance testing, I suppose. And people sometimes you need to see it to believe it. So even though when we batch produce our products, we also put them into labs and we test them so we know that they work perfectly well and something that we can fall back on. But when we basically did was we approached one of Ireland's largest housing associations, and they had major issues with mould. And what they did was they put it on a 2-year trial, which was amazing. Now, it was a long trial for us, being a new brand and a new product. It was a long 2-year trial, a long way, but we had such a confidence in the product that we knew it would work for them. And we kind of felt that once they seen the results, they would kind of approve it pretty much straight away. So they did. After 2 years, they documented all of the results and they were very impressed. The mold issues that they had in some of their current housing stock disappeared. So the repeat maintenance programs, that sustainability really rang true for them. And I suppose for us, it was just a gold medal because we were now getting approved by one of the largest housing associations who approved a product that did work and solved the problem. So as we like to say, don't paint over the problem, solve it, solve the problem with Proud Paints. That's one of our little angles on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a cheesy line, but well done. You've got a response and you've got a product that works. And mould, is there anything worse than mould on your paint work? So well done to Proud Paints for doing that. How did you, give me a little bit about your own background and how you came into this role? How did you get involved in paints and the paint world, shall we say?
Well, I suppose, look, growing up as a young lad and your dad being a painter, and all of your uncles being painters and brothers being painters, the history was there. So definitely I was brought up on sites with my dad as a young lad, and I would have been very much involved with interior designers. Like I would have been listening to my dad dealing with architects, interior designers. And so I definitely had a DNA in me that was very much attracted to that area of the business. But I suppose about 20 years ago, I would have always had an entrepreneurial kind of angle on things, always looking to bring something new to the market, something that's innovative and something that changes things and makes people's lives better, I suppose. That would be the big angle. About kind of 20 years ago, I used to kind of fly around to America, Europe, the UK. We would have been analysing different dealing with different paint products, bringing in kind of longer lifespan paint products, problem-solving paint products. We would have brought in likes of anti-mold paint, anti-graffiti coatings. And we'd have some iconic buildings like the Abbey Theatre, which we painted over 20 years ago as kind of when we first started out. So the background would have been really selling business to business and business to consumer.
It was hard to avoid background by the sounds of it. And you've quite a lot of you're quite interested in the whole innovation, and you have that coming across your website as well. Tell us a little bit about what you're aiming to do with the website.
Well, I suppose the website is an amazing tool for homeowners and kind of trades people, and just helps them just to, I suppose, enjoy an e-commerce experience from a paint point of view. So they can order shade cards, order our fan decks. We've got a fantastic range of fan decks, fantastic range of shade cards. We've got a fantastic range of paint finishes. And I suppose we have inspiration on there, which really is on trend with colours, and for home living and exteriors and interiors.
And did you find, Derek, during the lockdown that there was a big demand because everybody wanted to do something when they were working from home? And then was your website ready and e-commerce compatible for that onslaught of e-commerce, shopping from home, and obviously the desire to refresh the insides when there was nothing else we could do?
Fantastic. Yeah, no, that was absolutely a godsend.
Were you ready for it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And did you see a massive increase, Derek, in the sales?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Yeah, no, it was stock that was sitting there on shelves that was probably finding it hard to move, just disappeared. As in overnight, just disappeared. And then we had another problem then with production. So production then had to keep up with demand. And that was very difficult to try and deal with. But we did manage to deal with it. And we were able to keep all of our stockists, because we've got 100 stockists nationwide that stock our paint. So for us to keep that channel open and to distribute our paints nationwide to our stockists was really important. So it's supporting them. And then we had the homeowner on slot. So we actually have a retail shop up here in Ballycoolan, Premier Business Park. So we're very much located on the north side, just off the M50. So we had the shop here. We had a lot of pickups coming from around the greater Dublin area, but we also had a lot of online sales. So the e-commerce website that we designed 6 years ago really stood to us, and also I suppose our social media presence as well helped, because we were getting a lot of messages through social media.
So when I think of paint then, Derek, let's talk about sustainability. It's an issue, I suppose, that's on everybody's lips these days. In terms of sustainability and paint and the sheer nature of it, what's your answer, and what's your, I suppose, next steps to become a more sustainable business and create the paints that are more sustainable?
Yeah, well, I think, look, across the board, we are super kind of, would you say, kind of focused on reducing the carbon footprint that we leave behind, and to be sustainable really is about getting on board with a greener attitude. And all our paints are water-based. They're environmentally friendly. They've zero VOC, which means they've got no volatile organic components, which is super important for a cleaner environment. I can also say, look, I'm the kind of person who really, I can walk down the beach, be at home. I'm picking up rubbish whenever I go, whether it's mine or not. It's all about putting in the recycling bin and becoming more conscious about being a greener society. So for us, I suppose, our paint is manufactured in strict accordance with current environmental guidelines. Our leftover water that we use to make our paints is filtered and reused again. And all the components that you use to make our paints, they're all recycled as well back into the channel. So our metal cans are recyclable, and the cardboard boxes that we use to transport our paints are also recyclable. And then also within them boxes, we have these little cradles, like your coffee cup holder. We have them inside the boxes, which then cradle the paint for delivery. So when we do home deliveries nationwide, all our boxes are branded. All of the paint inside the box has its packaging, and all of that is recyclable. So you have the metal cans recyclable, you have the paper that's used to transport recyclable. And then on top of that, we also use a courier company who 90% of their fleet of vans are electric.
Great.
So that's a conscious kind of move from us. Now, we don't really look at the cost side of it. We kind of look at the benefit. We do weigh it. We're not totally kind of ignorant to that, but we do weigh up the cost and the benefits and the environment. So for us, the environment always comes shining through, and if it's a little bit more expensive, sure, it's a little bit more expensive. Sometimes you mostly have it covered in your margins, especially from a retail business to consumer point of view. You do have it in your margins to cover that environmental aspect, So Yeah,
Great.
so that's very important to us.
And I suppose the demand has to come from the supply chain. If the supply chain is demanding it, the other element of the supply chain will deliver, like your electric vehicles, etc. So well done to you guys in
100%.
Proud Paints. In terms of the next 5 years, Derek, what is, you're a consistent innovator by the sounds of things, what is in the pipeline for your new innovations and new departures in the next couple of years?
Well, I suppose the biggest opportunity for now, us over the next 2 to 3 years, we've already built a strong foundation with the brand, and we're quickly becoming recognised as a very trusted brand in the paint world for high performance and highly durable paints. So for us now, we're going to grow it nationwide. That is the big one. So at the moment, we've got 100 stockists. We would hope to kind of increase that twofold now over the next year or two. We've just also brought out our new range of interior and exterior paints, which means that primarily we were basically focused on the niche market, which was the problem-solving market, the long-life exterior paints that last 30 years that would have helped coastal properties enjoy a longer lifespan, because they wouldn't have normally, they would talk about environmental and sustainability, they would have only enjoyed a 2 or 3 year max exterior paint finish. Now with our 30-year exterior masonry paint, they can actually enjoy a much longer beautiful house that looks nicer for a lot longer, should I say. And so we've had houses on the likes of Achill Island, Inishmore, coastal regions, Cove, Kerry, Donegal, all of them coastal regions really enjoy a longer lifespan now by using our 30-year paint. So for us, just about growing that market and also growing our retail, our wholesale market. And then because we've only been involved with the niche market of 5% of the market, now we've opened up to the other 95%. So it's a really exciting time, full of opportunity. And so we're really starting to stock now some of our paint shops now nationwide with our full range of paints.
That's
which
fantastic.
is really, and we've got a full marketing, we've full merchandising. So point of sale materials all have to be designed. They're all designed. All of our labeling for our cans all have to really sing the same tune right across the range. Our tester pots, our fan decks. And so it's a big operation. It's a big design angle that we come from, and we try to keep it as simple as we can. So for us, it's really about brand awareness and nationwide kind of expansion. And once we do that, I think we'll be okay. We do have a lot of orders that come in internationally. So we do feed a lot of sales coming in from the UK. We see some sales coming in from mainland Europe, and our furthest kind of region would be Japan. So we have shipped our paints to the likes of Japan as well, where coastal paints would have been in demand and people looking for long life paints. So we've got really the world's our oyster, really, I suppose, Breed.
That's fantastic and great progress made in quite a short time. Derek, I assume all of those are carrying the Guaranteed Irish label, both at home and abroad, because as you know, the G is travelling with the 70 million diaspora over there. How important has it been for you to become a member of Guaranteed Irish, and how are you using the symbol to talk to consumers?
Look, for us, I'm from Finglas. I'm from North Dublin. I'm an Irishman through and through. I started this brand from absolutely nothing. I started on my own. I've built it up now. We're doing super work. So for us to really affiliate our brand with the Guaranteed Irish is really super important. As I say, we have a strong brand ourselves, and just to kind of associate our brand with Guaranteed Irish was a real game changer, because we would have always been kind of advertising our Irishness, but now people see the Guaranteed Irish logo. And they kind of say it to us now, oh, you're Irish. Oh, that's great. So we'll give you, they kind of, I wouldn't say they give you support, but automatically but they do recognize the Guaranteed Irish logo. And that kind of makes it super easier for us just to present ourselves as an Irish business. And look, in general, the Guaranteed Irish logo just promotes and supports all Irish businesses. And I find you a very open and welcoming organisation, to be honest with you. It's so super easy to work with you, and it's great to get the feedback and the promotion that you give us,
Well, we're delighted to help you. Derek Doyle, Managing Director of Proud Paints. We wish you every success, and looks like the world is your oyster, and I hope it's a colourful one as you're out there painting your way through it, and as along the way, I suppose, carrying the Guaranteed Irish symbol across your packaging and your tins, all sustainable, and thank you so much for all that support.
Thank you so much, Breed. Thank you.
If you found this advice helpful for your business, please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or any platform you listen to your podcast on. It's free for all, and we welcome your feedback. Remember, by considering Irish businesses, you are not only sustaining local employment, but you are also playing your role in reducing the carbon footprint. If you feel your business can benefit from networking with like-minded businesses here in Ireland, contact guaranteedirish.ie for more information.
The Guaranteed Irish Business Podcast, sponsored by FBD Insurance, Ireland's largest homegrown insurer. Support. It's what we do.